237,600 minutes is how Alex from Tactical Investing would intro this video. However, we do things a little bit differently here, and this is how I would do it. 237,600 minutes. I actually sat down and did the math. 237,600 minutes. That's how many minutes my order took. For this one, this is the order. And the reason I bring up Alex from Tactical Investing is because he's a big reason why I went with the Bobcat as opposed to Nebra or anyone else. So Alex, thanks, man. It did take a little while, that many minutes, like I just said, but I finally got my Bobcat and I'm really excited. So I appreciate all you do, buddy. And let's talk about what we're talking about in this video right here, which is 3 things like we normally do. First, we're going to go over Helium's price action. Yeah, I had to put action there somehow because it's been pretty fun lately, and I want to make sure I show you guys what I'm talking about. Secondly, I want to show you what's in the box. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing for this unit. Make sure you guys see in comparison to, let's say the rack minted that I unboxed for you guys recently as well, what's in here. And lastly, let's talk about PoCv11. So proof of coverage version 11. It's out today, and there are things that you have to do to get ready for that and make sure that you don't lose out on your rewards, especially when the price of helium is what's, sitting at right now. It's kind of super exciting. So let's get right into it. And the first thing that I always ask is if you guys don't mind smashing that like button for the YouTube algorithm, if you know there's value within this video. And if I made you giggle, laugh, chuckle at that intro, I would really appreciate it. But let me show you what I'm talking about here, because this is important for all of us. On the 1st of November, I actually went ahead and showed you guys I had made a video. The price was sitting at $30, and I basically said, "Hey, yeah, it's going to go up." I showed you an AI application that kind of guessed the price of helium, what it would be later on, and I told you those applications are great, but they don't always work because you need a lot of data to really extrapolate, what's coming, and it can't take into account these big peaks when there is new announcements and things going on. So keep that in mind. Same thing with DPR. You don't follow that for DPR because I told you guys about, that I was all in DPR and people are like, oh yeah, it's crashing. I'm selling it all. And now it's pumping again. I told you guys, yeah. Again, I'll preface all of this by saying not financial advice because I'm not getting paid for this. I am just some dude on YouTube telling you what I'm doing. And if you guys like to follow suit, well, do so by doing your research. That's number one in anything you guys ever invest in. Please do your research. Make sure you do your due diligence and know exactly what you're putting your money into. Now, I talked about this on the 1st, and today we are sitting at just under $50 for helium, which is kind of awesome. So let's make sure you guys don't miss out on rewards. And the way to not miss out on rewards, make sure you're ready for, proof of coverage version 11. Before we get to that, I want to go ahead and actually pop this guy open, show you guys what's inside in comparison to the other ones that we've seen already, and I'll be right back. All right, let's do this. And modeling 101. This is my Bobcat 300. This is what you're going to get inside. Oh, look at that. Something got squished. Bobcat miners, do's and don'ts, place indoors. Tells you what to do there. Got a little certificate telling me that it passed quality assurance. Brackets. Comes with an antenna mount. The unit itself. Man, it's a lot of stuff in here. It's a lot of stuff in here. The rubber cap. Power adapter, and to remove the card there. I'm going to go ahead and close this box up. I'm going to set it aside and actually show you the unit itself. Now it does, my hands are not big, but the unit is a lot smaller than it seems to be at first. So that's what we have it. Look here. I do love the fact that the mounting bracket does come off the unit because it makes it so much easier to actually mount this thing. So, and there is the back ports. There's the Bluetooth button, which you're going to need this little guy for, 12-volt adapter, Ethernet, and a communication cable. That's just a USB. And there's the LoRa antenna, which plugs right into this guy right here. Oh, let me see something. Yep. So there's a little nub antenna that goes right here, and that really, really thin cable that plugs into the unit. This is it, guys. This is what you can expect from a Bobcat miner. And we are back. Like I was telling you guys, really important for you to be aware of what's going on with Proof of Coverage version 11. And I've covered this site before. It's that post that they put up. And if we scroll down, I just highlighted here so you can see this. They are deploying this November 9th, which is today at 10 a.m. Pacific time. So it's live. It's live right now. What do you need to do? Well, make sure that your antenna is set up right. Make sure that the parameters for your, for your unit are set up right. And I actually talked about this. It's actually really nice video, but it's on the backup channel because my channel had been canceled at this time. So I will put a card so you guys can get to this video here as well. Now, there's a lot of things that go into Proof of Coverage version 11 that you need to be aware of. And something that I was telling you guys about in the other video was in regards to getting my setup right. And I showed you how I had this cable right here. And, because it is that, RG58 cable, look how thin this is. And I'm bringing this up because I do, I've gotten some questions about it. This is an LMR 400 cable. Look at the difference of these two cables. And I've been running my Minted, rack unit, stock for the time being, because I want to, show you the difference between having a nice antenna setup versus just putting it on the window, sitting it on the windowsill and things like that. So I will be putting this up with the good cable and show you exactly how this works. Now, something for you guys to be aware of, and I'm gonna cut this here and show you the thickness of the cable and make, so this is how thick an LMR 400 cable is. Now, keep in mind, this is the other cable that I was talking about. Look at the difference between these two. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, that's not a real LMR 400 cable. Correct. And I want you guys to be aware of this. If you're going to buy an LMR 400 cable, that is a registered, trademark. So you're probably not going to be able to buy that easily. And if you do, it's going to be really expensive. There are cables that meet the exact same specifications that can't bear the name LMR 400. However, they are the same quality. It's just that somebody, went out and said, hey, like the name, gonna make that mine, and that's it. So even though it might not have that exact name, it does serve the same function. So please keep that in mind. Now, something that's, that I use all the time to, I guess, understand how I should set up my hotspot, and I've showed you guys this before, is Hotspot RF. And I want to show you something really slick that they just came out with. Let me do the screen sharing back here. All right, not this video. This here is the Helium Explorer, and I want to show you something that they just came out with. So Hotspot RF just introduced a extension. So if you do have like a package with them, which I do, you can actually take advantage of this extension. Still, if you want to use their software, it's free. You can get a bunch of searches. If you're getting your units right now, I'll put a link down below. Go check out how your setup should be, because you might think that, oh, I need X type of antenna, and it might not be the best setup for you. So I'll go ahead and actually, let me pull up this other video. I'm going to link this video here where I do a little show and tell as far as antenna types, because I think this is a really good video for you guys to understand how different antennas behave. But like I was saying before, with Hotspot RF and their new extension, this is what you get. Now, if you had their extension, you get these performance metrics right inside of Helium Explorer, which is super cool. So you can see how well a hotspot is performing right on Helium Explorer, which I think is super nice. And you can hit the learn more button and get all the details in regards to this hotspot, how these, how they're doing in regards to other hotspots. It's pretty stinking awesome. I've been super happy with what I've learned about my location and what type of antenna I need to set up. I'll do a side note. I know that, FastMiners is coming out with like a bunch of miners in a couple of days. I think it's 10 days or so. Maybe less. I got to ask those guys. But I'm coming up with I ideal setup that I'm trying to share with people, because at the end of the day, I want to make sure you guys are all as profitable as possible. And I think the way to do that is just sharing information, showing you guys what I'm doing. Yeah, that brings something good up. I'm going to go ahead and actually do a video of my setup and how I'm getting this thing on my roof and how I'm putting this big old pole up top, because that's going to make a big difference and a big impact on my earnings. And again, I'm earning less right now. I know it's kind of crazy. Like, I'm not taking advantage of my full earnings because I wanted to wait a little while to get, a baseline earnings before I went ahead and actually upgraded. I know it's kind of crazy, but I'm doing it for you. That's what's going on. So if you guys haven't yet checked out those videos, I'm going to add, I'm adding cards to all of those things so you can check those out, because it's really important to make sure you're not missing out on earnings, because it's here. I mean, it launched. We're already in it. And if you guys don't set up right, you're going to miss out on, $50 a coin is what we're at right now. So, no, I'm not selling, by the way. I'm not selling. I'm holding on to it. I'm the type of person that holds on to things long terms, even if it, starts to crash. And I'm like, okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and buy more. But yeah, we'll leave it here and we'll do giveaways after the credits. Thank you guys so much. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Talking about giveaways, on my last video, I covered NFTs and I showed you guys a couple things about NFTs, and I told you that I would be drawing 2 Flex watches. If you guys have not seen that, I guess I'll put a card to that video as well. But I'm going to do a drawing for this video right now, but I'm not going to do a drawing for the watches. I'm just going to do an NFT drawing for this one, because I want to give you guys an opportunity to actually go watch the video and enter to win, the watches, because I think it's a really nice thing and I don't want anybody to miss out. So for right now, let me go ahead into my comment picker and filter duplicate users. And I'm just going to get YouTube comments. Did I enter the URL? No, I didn't enter the URL. That's why it doesn't work. Go ahead and enter the URL. I love doing these videos in one shot. And that's not the video, is it? I'm probably gonna speed this up until I get to the right spot. Look at that, just 32 comments. Start. I like the idea of these. I haven't gotten any. Well, I am so pumped that you were the one that was chosen. Drown in silence with truth. Come over to the Discord and I'm going to get you your first NFT then. This is how we're going to do it. I'm so pumped that you're the one who actually, won this thing. And again, next time I do an NFT video, I'll go ahead and draw for those watches. That way I give you guys a chance to actually earn something even bigger than what you've earned before. But don't hesitate to reach out. I know it's been a little bit busy for me lately. If I haven't gotten back to you guys on Discord, I do apologize, but it's been kind of crazy. I am working on a couple of things, getting some things ready to hopefully improve the channel, because that's the goal at the end of the day, is to bring you guys more value. That's what I'm here for, is to try to provide you guys with as much value as possible from not only giveaways, but with the way that I put out videos, how often I can put out videos, and how active I can be within the community. So I promise you, I'm working my butt off so I can make this happen. And it's all for you. I apologize for the Nard dog impression earlier in this video, but it was just too funny not to do it. And I know you all are gonna probably cringe at it. I'm gonna cringe at it when I look at it, but it made me giggle inside. That's what it's all about. So if you can't have fun, what's the point, right? So hope you all have a good day, have fun, do something special for somebody, and make somebody laugh, because it just feels good and you need that sometimes. I definitely have been needing that a little bit. So I'll leave it here and I'll keep ranting. I'll stop the rant. You guys are awesome. I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.